to another devlog. So the first thing we're going to be looking at here is our new updated title screen. In game here, we have the stats showing now in the top left and the gems and gold in the bottom left. I also did a thing with the camera. If you push it to the edge or cursor, it will move the camera. Kind of a nice little feature to kind of focus on where you're looking instead of just always being centered on the character. But it broke my game in a couple different places, as you can see. However, it does kind of help with this boss fight here, which I did switch back. So instead of it zooming out, this new feature where you can kind of aim really helps with this boss fight because you can focus on the boss and see it. Apart from that, I went ahead and fixed and updated all the different areas, so all their backgrounds are working. They're currently in, and it took forever, but I'm really pleased with how they all turned out. I think they look awesome. And so all of those work now. You're not going to see any bugs, especially I remember in the last devlog, they all weren't working at all. So that's pretty cool. Another big thing here is the update to the statues. Just graphically and audibly, you can now see that they look a lot cooler, a lot more in theme, and they breathe out this cool fire. I also updated the tile set, as you can see there, with the slopes in different areas, and just updated various levels. And here's the item room. You can see it looks a lot better and more in theme. Another thing I did is I made the gold sprites look more gold, and balance changes. There's now 5 HP. Treasure chests don't drop as many hearts, so it's a little more balanced. There's also some updated music in different areas. Now we're going to be looking at the different power-ups here. This one is cool. It's like a shotgun, so you right-click and it shoots out a special. If you shoot it again, it sprays out these different projectiles that do massive amounts of damage. They can one-shot certain enemies that deal 5 damage each. So I was really proud of it. This was all done during our 24-hour live stream. The next one is this carrot upgrade. It's just a carrot. There's nothing really much to say about it. But they do have gravity. So you'll see here as I shoot them up in the air, they actually fall back down. So it's a little different than a regular bullet or a regular arrow, as you see here. Next up is the twin shot. This one's cool because it kind of pairs with other power-ups. So just with the regular, it shoots out 2. It also takes 2 of your ammo. But like with the fire here, shooting out 2 is really cool. And then obviously with the popcorn, because that's the most fun one to look at here. So I was really pleased with how this this power-up turned out. Next up here we have a bleed. This one's a little more in development. I'm not happy with the sprites yet, but basically you shoot someone and it will stack them with different stacks of bleed. The difference between poison, however, is that bleed stacks. So if I shoot someone 3 times, they take 3 ticking damage. It caps at 3 though. But you can see here, if I just really shoot them 1 time, the bleed will tick on them and they'll die. But little buggy, not the best right now. Next up is the revive. It does exactly what you think it does, kind of. If you get down to 1 HP and you would take life-threatening damage, it will prevent that and it'll do a little graphic. And then obviously you take damage again, you'll actually die for real. It's just a one-time save, pretty much. Another thing I worked on today was thinking about implementing in a hook shot power-up. Now this is in a different project. It's not actually put in my game because I didn't want to mess around with like the physics in my game and break something. But I was really pleased with how this turned out. Definitely could be a power-up in the future, but there's still a lot to do with it, and it kind of would break my levels. I don't know how it really fit into the game. So that's one that I guess we'll have to see how that ends up being. But I thought it was really cool, and I don't know, maybe I could find a part where I could stick it in. But Thomas, that Cosmos Gaming, disagrees, and he sent me all my errors and told me to work on them first, so never mind. Next up, I'm just going to be kind of rambling off random changes that didn't really have a place to go. Obviously, I'm really pleased with the new sound effects. I'm really pleased. I redid a lot of levels when I went in and fixed all of their backgrounds so that they're more fun, more fair. I took out some sort of exploits, some easy platforming hacks that you could do in. I put in way more chests, way more different discoverability. I put in a new enemy as well. It's this bluebird. It will aim at you and it'll flap a little bit and then it'll shoot down towards you. I added in this sound for grass. Sounds really satisfying. And I also added in sounds for like gold and blood gems and different enemies. So there's a whole lot to experience. Even the spikes here have a different sound. So honestly, really huge update that I put out for the Kickstarter here. Also, this one is for Aldo. I went ahead and changed the hitboxes for the flame, as well as the entire flame animation, because it just looks better, got updated graphically. But there's the hitbox for it. It completely matches with where you would think it would hurt you. And before I ended my stream, we managed to work a little bit on this next boss here. Now, super heavy work in progress, but this is kind of what he looked like before. Like, we did a little prototyping stage, and this is kind of where he's at now. Doesn't really do anything yet, but that's kind of the work in progress of the next boss here. And hey, if you have ever wanted to help with a game but not be like super attached to it, go support me on Kickstarter. You can help me make an in-game enemy, you can help me create a boss, you can help me create an item for the game, you can even help me create a skin for the main character. They're all different reward tiers, so please go back it, come help me make an awesome game, and I want to know your ideas. I want you to put your ideas and put them into my game. I think it would be awesome. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching this. I tried to make it more quick, faster, a more heavily edited video. But this video is brought to you by awesome sponsors like these people. Especially a huge shout out to Aldo Chapana. If you guys want a cool little pixel art portrait, and there's a reward on my Kickstarter, also on my Patreon. You can go support me on either of those. Both of them go right back into the game. They help me with my projects, so that's awesome. And just a huge thank you to these people from the bottom of my heart. They are helping me get to where I want to be in my life, and their support is really, really humbling. So thank you.